Hello and welcome at Balance Online. My name is Kim and I'll be your teacher. This lunchtime yin break, I hope you all feel well and are ready for some relaxation, letting go of work or whatever you were doing and find some relaxation. I would like to start, since we only have 40 minutes, in a wide-legged child's pose. Also have blocks or cushions available to use as a prop in your yin practice. And a wide-knee child's pose can then bring the knees as wide as you want, bring the big toes together and stretching the arms forward. Placing the forehead on the mat, relaxing your shoulders. And starting to belly breathe. Letting go of whatever you were doing. The next 40 minutes is just you, your breath, your body, and peace of mind. And of course, it's normal that you do not have a lot of peace in your mind at this point, but try to just be here, breathe. In our wide-knee child's pose, we have a subtle stretch of the inside of the legs. Open groins. Opening the hips. And lengthening the spine. Every exhalation, you try to drop the sits bones a little deeper. Keep on belly breathing. And here you can set yourself an intention for today's class. Something positive for you. Something you can take with you the rest of the day. Now starting to breathe a little deeper again. And slowly pressing up into a tabletop position. Preparing for a melting heart pose, because I assume you're all working from home. It's nice to have this opening of the heart, which is a backbending of the spine, which is very good when you're working behind a computer. So walking your hands forward, trying to keep the knees underneath the hips. Inhaling deeply, and on the exhalation, melting your heart to the mat. Now melting your heart, coming in a shoulder stretch. If it's too much for the shoulders, you can bend the elbows and place your forehead on the hands. Then going back into your relaxation, noticing the compression in your upper back. Back bending of the spine, opening of the heart and belly area. And this time it's so nice to open up and have some back bending, because we're always bending forward. Well, we are forcing the shoulders and we are looking down with the neck to our phones. So to do this every now and then will help you to stay healthy without too much tension in neck and shoulders. You may surrender in your pose. Try to relax every muscle in your body. And just stay here for a little longer. Keep on breathing deeply. Noticing whatever happens in your body right now. And finding your stillness. Almost there. Last few deep breaths. And slowly coming out of your yin posture. Coming out of your yin posture, you want to take time. So first coming up on the forearms. Slowly place the hands underneath the shoulders again, back into your tabletop. And before we rest in a child's pose, we do a few cat-cow breaths again. So inhaling, dropping belly, lifting chest. And exhaling, rounding the spine like an angry cat. So a few of those breaths in your own breathing pace. Inhaling, arching, and exhaling, rounding. Noticing already any sensations moving in the body. One more inhalation, one more exhalation. And back into your tabletop, you may bring the big toes together, also the knees, dropping the sits bones to the feet, coming in a child's pose, but the hands next to the feet. Your forehead on the mat and relaxing your shoulders. Noticing what's happening in the area, shoulder, neck. See where you can let go of any stress and tension.
And push up back to seated.
Sitting on the heels, you can curl under the toes and sit on the heels again. So coming in a toe stretch. I don't know if you can see it clearly, but you can really feel the toes stretching. This is not very comfortable for the toes for most people, but if it's too much, you can always lean a little forward. And then relax in the posture. Try to relax in the posture, hands on the thighs, shoulders down, and closing the eyes. Focusing on your breath again. And knowing this is stimulating all lower body meridians. So working on your energy level. You want to keep the flow in the meridians without any blockages, so the organs can stay healthy. Your energy level is balanced. You can move freely. Without a lot of pain. So we want to keep the meridians in their flow. You can compare meridians just like a water hose where water flows through. And if this meridians blocks, or if the water hose blocks, the water gets stuck. And it's the same with your energy level. So your yin practice is really helping you to stay healthy. You're still doing good? Just a few more breaths here. One deep inhalation. One deep exhalation, opening your mouth. Coming back into your tabletop and tapping it off. This is really, really nice. Oof. This is really, really nice. Maybe enjoying your neighbors a little bit. And letting go of the tapping. Staying in our tabletop position, you can bring your right knee behind your right wrist. Preparing for sleeping swan or pigeon. And the right knee to the right wrist, you can just help the foot to open up a little. And then curling under the toes of the left foot, lift the left knee. Walk the left foot a little bit more backwards and then place the left knee back down, relax the left foot. Now you want to square your hips to the front of the mat. So if you need a sort of cushion or block under the right sits bones, you can do so. That helps to square the hips to the front. The hands underneath the shoulders, inhaling, lifting up the chest. And on your exhalation, you can slowly walk forward, first coming up on the forearms. And maybe you have the space to place the forehead upon the mat, relaxing your shoulders down. If there's too much pain in the knee, or the knee joint is hurting, so you can bring the right foot a little bit closer to your upper body. That will help. Bringing the weight into the hips. And surrender into the posture. Also a nice hip opener, stimulating all lower body meridians. Same as we did with the toe stretching. Now we're also opening the hips. For mobility in the hips.
fully surrendering and finding your silence again. Last few deep breaths. Now coming from your yin posture, taking your time, so slowly coming up on the forearms. And placing the hands on the mat. If you have a block or cushion underneath the right sits bone, remove it and curling under the toes of the left leg. Lifting up the left knee and now shooting your right leg up to the sky. Shaking it off. Enjoying sensations in the hips and in the leg. And placing the right foot next to the left. Back on the mat. Take a few breaths here. Then we bring our left knee behind the left wrist. So same on the other side. You can relax the right leg down. And it's already pretty far back when you come from downward facing dog, so it should be fine. Your hands underneath the shoulders. Maybe you want to open up the left hip a little bit by helping the foot a little bit more up. If you hurt the left knee joint, bring the foot closer to your upper body. So really notice what's happening in the knees because we do not want to get injuries during yin practice. Squaring the hips to the front. If you need a block or cushion underneath the left sits bone to square the hips, please do so. And inhale deeply, opening your chest. And exhaling, first coming up on the forearms. And then slowly placing your forehead on the mat if you have the space for it. Bringing your weight into the hips. And start to surrender into the posture. Focusing on your breath again. Feel the hip opening part here. Using gravity to go deeper. And fully surrender. Last few breaths also here. Coming out here, first coming up on the forearms, taking your time. The connective tissue needs time to adjust. So coming out of the posture, you want to take time. Coming up on the hands. Now curling under the toes of the right foot, lifting up the knee and shooting your left leg up to the sky, shaking it off. And placing your left foot next to the right, taking a few breaths in your downward facing dog. And dropping your knees to the mat and come and lie on your belly. Lying on your belly. Place the forehead up, the hands, relaxing your shoulders and relaxing the legs. Make them really, really heavy. Enjoying sensations, energy flow. Coming in your Sphinx Pose by bringing the elbows underneath the shoulders, your hands in front of you. And you can bring the feet a little wider. And noticing the compression in your lower back. There's an option to use a block or cushion, place it in front of you and drop your forehead to it so you relax shoulders and neck. But you can also just look forward with the eyes closed, diving deeply into your lower back. If you think this is too much for your lower back, you can walk the elbows a little bit more forward and it's less intense. Once you have found your option, you can surrender and fully go into your lower back. Strengthening the connective tissue in our lower backs. Relaxing your legs. Relaxing your hips. And keep on breathing. That's all you have to do. For our lower back, or for a lot of people, our lower back is a problem area. Also working on wrong chairs, compensating, walking. Lots of reasons why we get pain in our lower backs. A lot of has to do with stress during our lives.
And keeping the lower back healthy is so important. So strengthening the connective tissue is so important. A few more deep breaths. If you have your head dropped in front of you, first lift it up. And slowly slide forward. Back at the front of your body, hands underneath the shoulders, and relax your legs. Relax your upper body. And note the sensations in the lower back, around the hips. And letting go. And pressing up. And come and lie on your back body. So changing, have a block or cushion close to you. Relax your shoulders and neck, stretching your legs. And first, let's take a few breaths here, lying on the back of your body, relaxing your shoulders, dropping the feet to the side. Now let's place one hand on our heart, one hand on the belly, and just connect with your breath for a few breaths. Not too long. Noticing how you feel after doing some yin poses. Do you feel any different than you started? And bend the knees, place the feet back on the mat. If you place your block or cushion on the left side about the height of the knees, then open the arms wide in a T position, bringing the right leg over the left, so knees come on top of each other. Inhaling, lifting up the hips a little bit, place them to the right. And exhaling, dropping the knees to the left, so coming in a twist. Returning your head to the right. Relaxing your shoulders down. And of course, it can be possible that you do not need the block and you just drop the knees to the side, enjoying your twist. And start to breathe. In our twist pose, we are activating the nerve system in our bodies that heals us. It's called the rest and digest nerve system, or actually the parasympathetic nerve system. And when we activate this nerve system, we heal ourselves. The energy goes to digesting not only food but also experiences that might block you somewhere. So healing our bodies. Breathing deeply. And fully surrender.
And then your last deep inhalation and exhalation. Turning your head back to center, bringing the knees back to center. Placing the right foot next to the left. Changing your block or cushion to the right side. Bringing your left leg over the right, so knees come on top. Inhale deeply, bring the hips a little bit to the left. And on the exhalation, dropping your knees to the right, to the block or to the cushion. And if you can, turning your head to the left. If it doesn't feel good for the neck, just look up to the ceiling. Then surrender. Fully surrender, focusing on your breath. And also hear your last deep inhalation, your last deep exhalation. Slowly turning your head back to center, bringing the knees back to center. Placing the feet next to each other. And then you may stretch your right foot to the right bottom corner of your mat, left foot to the left bottom corner of your mat. Bring the arms alongside the body with the palms open so the shoulders can rest. Or bring your arms overhead to rest in a nice star pose. And shaking your head shaking your head shaking your head no, so shaking your head to the left and to the right. Until you find the right spot to place your head in line with the spine. And together we inhale deeply through the nose. We open our mouth and we let go. Let's do 2 more, inhaling deeply through the nose. Exhaling through the mouth. 1 more, inhaling. And exhaling. And surrendering into your final pose, Shavasana. Enjoying the postures of today. Recharging for the rest of the day. Maybe back to work. Whatever you do, try to bring your peace of mind with you the rest of the day. And please stay here a little longer. I want to thank you for joining class today. Hope you feel a little relaxeder. I wish you a wonderful day. Hope to see you next time. Namaste. Enjoy. Bye.